I'm on a mission to lose 100 pounds by the time I'm 40, and this is. Welcome back. I am on a mission to lose 100 pounds, and this is my weekly weigh in. So I am down 3 pounds this week, but I'm still up 5. And this is the frustrating side of weight loss. So here's my weekly update. I'm going to go through basically what I've gone through this week, where my weight is actually at, what I've done, what I haven't done, and just share that with you so you see the real side of me trying to lose weight. So the update, I started this month at 320 pounds. Today I'm 325. So I'm down 3 for this week. If you remember from last week, I jumped 8 pounds for some reason. Now, a lot of that was probably water weight, but we had holidays in there. We had a new workout that I put in, so I started lifting. That has some water retention issues with it, and I'm still walking 10,000 steps a day. So there's probably a whole host of things that it could have been, carbs, salt from the holiday weekend, but for some reason I jumped 8 pounds. Thankfully, this week I've come back down 3 just by continuing to do the things that I've been doing, which is tracking my food, walking my steps, and now working out. So, why is this frustrating? Well, anytime that you're trying to lose weight, especially as a bigger person, you want to see that scale go down. And for me, when I see that the scale went up and then it only dropped a little bit, that's frustrating because it's like I knew that I was down at 320 at one point, and now I have 5 more pounds to lose to get back to that. Versus, I would have much rather have gained a couple pounds because then at least I could look at things and be like, okay, I gained because I didn't eat correctly this week or something like that. But losing still feels good for this week, but I wish that I was further down. So that's where a lot of the mental stuff comes in is you worked so hard to get to 320 and something happened, life happened, and I'm back up. So that is the struggle. So I need to focus on progress and where I want to be in down the road versus how I am doing right now and just sticking with the things that I've been doing to get to this point. So my first thought when I stepped on the scale today was I'm still not back down to my lowest, like I said. And that stuck with me for a while. And just thinking through that, the reality of it is I'm still making progress and I'm still losing weight. I may not be as low as I was 2 weeks ago, but I'm still moving in the right direction. I still was able to lose some of that weight that I gained. Even though I don't know why I gained it necessarily, I was still moving in the right direction. So, what changed this week? And I think these are some crucial things I really have to think about is my tracking slipped. For the last 2 weeks since Easter, I've really struggled to track my food consistently. And I think because of that 8 pound weight gain, it knocked me off course. And it knocked me off course enough that I haven't been tracking my food as much as I should, and I've allowed some more snacking than usual. And I've been guessing on some of my meals instead of putting it in and knowing exactly what I'm getting or close to what I'm getting. I've just been like, I think it's around 400 calories. So that's what's changed this past week. I know I still lost weight doing that because I'm choosing better foods. Like last night for dinner, we had a basically like a stir fry where I used cauliflower rice, broccoli, peas, and then we made some like chimichurri chicken and threw that on top. It was a great dinner, but it's not something I typically would have eaten. And I didn't really worry about it last night because I knew that cauliflower rice, broccoli, like those were steamed vegetables, those are pretty low in calorie. The chimichurri chicken had a little bit more, but still not a ton. So I didn't feel like I was eating a huge meal calorie wise. I still felt satiated, I felt full, and I didn't want to snack afterwards. But I think all of those vegetables really kind of filled me up to the point where snacking really wasn't needed. So the truth about all of this is when I don't track, I eat more. And I don't just think it, I know it. Like I know that I eat more. The difference is I don't have the value of calories to show how much more I ate. And that's where it stinks because had I tracked this whole week and then looked back and been like, oh hey, I went over calories 4 days, okay, and I still lost weight. So a lot of that was water shift from last week. It's just the data helps me understand why things happen a certain way, and there are still things that I come across that I'm like, I have no clue why that happened. So here's what I did right, and this is what I'm going to continue to do right, which is track my steps, so I get 10,000 steps every day, and I'm going to continue to weightlift. I've really enjoyed weightlifting the last 2 weeks. I know that it does some stuff to my weight, and I'm okay with that because I know that I'm getting stronger. I feel tired after I get done lifting, and I feel sweaty. So I feel like I'm putting in the work to get to where I want to, which 3 months ago I wasn't doing. In January I was going to the gym and running, but I wasn't necessarily leaving sweaty. I would run for a little bit, I'd be a little warm, and I'd go home. Now I walk 20 minutes, do my lifting and I'm sweating, which I haven't had to sweat in a long time. So I feel like I'm doing the right things now to get me to where I want to be in the long run. And what's actually happening along the way is there's some water weight still moving around, but I'm putting on muscle. And, I'm probably putting on some fat here and there too, especially last week. But this week, I feel like, I did the things I needed to do to lose the weight that I wanted. I would have loved for it to be more, but, I'm putting on muscle. I'm, drinking plenty of water. I'm getting my steps in. Like, there's going to be inflammation and things that are just outside of our control that allow that scale to move up and down. And I have to be okay with that. So, what I've noticed is in the past, if I lose my habits, my weight goes up. If I tighten my habits up, my weight goes down. So the past 2 weeks, my weight has gone up a little bit, but it's coming back down because I tightened some things up. Now I need to tighten the food situation up. I need to track my food again. I need to keep track of, how many calories I'm taking in a day. But overall, I feel like I'm doing good. I just need to tighten up those habits, and once I do those, I'll feel better and I'll know, okay, hey, here's where things are actually sitting. And I think that's important for me in this weight loss journey. So the old me would have seen the 8 pound gain and panicked. I would have restarted. I would have been trying to change everything to figure out what I did to gain that 8 pounds and how do I lose it. This week, going down 3 helps me because I know that I'm doing the right things. I just need to keep doing them longer. And what I'm going to continue doing and what I'm doing now is I'm not restarting. I'm not changing my diet. I'm still trying to eat under a certain calorie load. And I'm just going back to the basics. What got me here from February and March was tracking my food and walking. So if I go back to just doing those 2 things alone, I'll hit the goals that I want, but I really want to lift. I want my body to be stronger. I want to feel better. I want to feel like I can move and do the things I want to do without feeling like, oh, I'm just too weak to do it. So weightlifting has got to be a part of this. And it's going to be. It's going to be. I'm going to drop to 4 workout days instead, though. So currently I'm doing 5 workout days. I do feel like by the time I get to the end of the week, I'm losing some of that strength because I've been working out 4 days. So I'm going to do one of 2 things: either make Wednesdays a rest day or Fridays a rest day. I think Wednesdays would be more realistic because it's in the middle of the week. The only reason I would do a Friday is so that I have some of that lactic acid and soreness off so that I can weigh in Saturday mornings. But I like my Friday weigh-ins. So I might just stick with 4 days and use Wednesdays as my rest day. So I think the foundation of all of this and the key components of me losing the weight is tracking my food, hitting my step count, and just staying consistent. When I break that consistency, that's where I typically see issues. So don't lose the progress. You don't lose progress in a week. You lose consistency. So I can get back on track. I can build my consistency up again. And I still can move forward in my weight loss journey, but I have to be consistent if I want to get to where I want in the long run. So I'm going to go back to what works. I'm just going to do it daily. So if you're somebody that's watching this video and you're like, that's great, you're losing the weight you want to. I want to lose the weight. I'm a stay-at-home parent or work from home parent that has hundreds of pounds to lose or 100 pounds or more to lose. Here's what I would say. Don't panic. Get started if you haven't started. If you've fallen off, restart. And just set a very simple plan. I think tracking your food and walking steps as many as you can a day are the 2 biggest components of losing weight. So ask yourself, where did I stop being consistent? If you've started the process, where did you stop being consistent? And focus on that one thing for 1 month. So what I'm trying to prove to people is you don't need meds. And there's nothing against people that have taken meds. I just don't like medicines. I hate taking medicines. So my goal is to do this without taking any medicines, not doing extreme diets, and being very, very consistent and intentionally consistent to meet the goal that I want. I would love to be able to say I'm 250 pounds by the time I'm 40 years old. That's a little over a year away. And it's going to come faster than I think. But if I'm doing these things, if I'm staying consistent, I'm tracking my food, I'm walking my steps, I'm working out, I know that I can hit that goal, and I know that you can hit your goals too. So make sure to follow along. If you are somebody that work from home, stay from home, or work from home or stay at home parent who's got more than 100 pounds to lose, make sure to follow along, subscribe, like these videos so that I can really just continue to put them out. I'm doing them for me so that people can see the real progress, the real updates, the real numbers along the way, and see what it's like for somebody that's bigger to lose the weight and one day hopefully turn around and help other people lose the same weight.